The Johnsky is a YouTube channel run by and run for people over the age of 13. People under the age of 13 should click off of this video right now, or watch with a parent or guardian. Viewer discretion is advised. Miltus frickin' today, militiamen. My name is King Prime, and welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Transformers Legacy figure, that being the Transformers Legacy Evolutions Deluxe Class, Shrapnel. So before we get on with the review, let's take a quick look at the packaging. Up front we have a render of Shrapnel in his, well, not vehicle, but his insect mode. His name there on the side, and the Legacy Evolutions trades. Transformers logo on the side, as well as the Generations and Takara Tomy logos. On the top there, some tech specs. On the side, we have Shrapnel's mugshot, as well as his name in Cybertronian, I presume. I don't know. I don't speak that language. Down there, we have Shrapnel kind of shooting at you, as he is sometimes known to do. On the other side here, we have the newer-ish style of Transformers Generations Evolutions logos. On the back, of course, we have the Evo Fusion gimmicks showing you what you can do with the figure, his name again, and the photos of the figure itself. On the bottom there, we have some legal jargon, as always, the authentic logo, and some more legal jargon. I said in every single video, folks, you only really care about the packaging if you are a carded or boxed collector, of which I am not. I'm here to open and review toys, and that is just what I'm going to do. Freeze frame. Freeze frame unfreeze, and here is Shrapnel. But before we take a look at him himself, we will take a look at his accessories. Of course, he does come with three, those being the regular blaster that we're accustomed to seeing these Insecticon figures come with at this point. This one is, again, a very accurate representation of the G1 blaster. It's done up in some nice silver paint and has a port for a effect piece on there, so if you want to add a blast effect, you could. The handle's cast in purple and the rest is painted silver, so that there is minimal risk of paint chipping. And of course, it also comes with these two underarm blaster leg kind of things, which is part of the Evo Fusion gimmick, so that you can attach these onto the weapon to create a sort of mega gun, but I don't personally like this at all. Here is Shrapnel holding that, and it is kind of crap. I don't really like these. The only use I have for these underarm pieces, which are completely new if I am correct. I'm not sure if any previous version of this figure had these, but the only thing these are good for is plugging them right under the arms of the figure where they belong. And of course, Shrapnel is fully transformable with these on there. This is just, how I pose this figure. But on to the figure himself. He is, of course, a spitting image of his G1 self with that nice red visor and the silver faceplate. He also has that same iconic Insecticon transparent yellow chest piece. He does have a little bit of silver and blue detail right there on his chest. Going down, of course, his legs are just cast in gray and black plastic, with his feet cast in purple with a little bit of yellow detailing there. On the back, it's just pretty plain, and that's about it for the detailing. Very plain figure, but again, this was always a very plain figure back in G1. As for the articulation of Shrapnel, we do have a single, really hard to manipulate swivel at the head, so it does turn, just not very easily. Yeah, I don't like touching that very much. But he does have a full range of motion at the shoulders, even though it is a bit hindered by his little pincers here. If you move those out of the way, though, you do have full range of motion. Upper bicep swivel with a actually above average elbow bend. Nothing at the wrist, unfortunately, just a in and out joint for transformation. He does have a waist swivel, which is nice to see, as well as a swivel at the hips, so you can get forward, backward, really far backward actually, and out movements about that far. He does have an upper thigh swivel, so you can get a little bit of a rotation there, as well as a pretty average knee bend. He does have an ankle pivot and a toe bend, which only goes down, not up. But to compare Shrapnel to some other figures, here he is next to a little Lego minifigure such as Batman. Here he is next to our previous Transformers review, the Transformers Studio Series 86, the red one, or Renzi, or Rumble, or whoever you think this one is. And here he is next to a modern Voyager, such as, or I guess technically a modern leader, such as Earthrise Optimus Prime. As you can see, he is just about the normal scale for a modern deluxe, and fits right in with everyone else. But that's enough of the comparisons. Let me show you how Shrapnel gets transformed. Freeze frame.
I can't hold them! The ship haven't been... No!
Freeze frame on freeze. So to start the transformation, all you need to do is bring down these two windows right here, or I guess blinders I would call them, to cover up the front of Shrapnel's head, and then move the pincer parts out of the way, just to make some room for, finagling the figure. After that, you can fold in the hands of the robot mode arms and extend the arms at his sides like so. This is where the transformation gets fun. You hit the waist with a swivel and then open up the front of the shins so that you may collapse the thighs into the calves, extend the toe, and you will have the back part of the insect mode. Just tab these two halves together. And then you can get in real close here, and I'll show you this. There is a little cutout here and a little tab on the forearm there that will just tab into that, and that will sit flush against the side of the insect mode. And the final step is just to flip out these faux legs for the insect mode, and that is it. Pretty simple transformation for this guy. All these Insecticons have really easy transformations, and it's no wonder why they were always simple figures. He does, of course, have that same blue detailing and that same yellow piece there on the top of the Insect mode, just like he did in the robot mode, but with the additional details of these red and silver pieces going along the side, which match the stickers of the G1 toy, which is a nice callback. I do like to see throwbacks like that reference the original stuff. That's why I like to see these this yellow piece with the silver piece underlaid under it so much. And of course, in this mode, you do also have storage for the weapon. You just have that peg and that hole right there. Put one in the other, and you have weapon storage. The Evo Fusion weapons actually get incorporated into the alternate mode as legs, which is how I prefer it. I don't really like those weapons, so they can stay like that. But to bring in some comparisons, here is Shrapnel next to a little Lego minifigure such as Batman, and here he is next to Earthrise Optimus Prime, just to see how he scales there next to a modern Voyager. Just actually kind of similar in size now that I think about it, but that does not surprise me even in the least, knowing how these figures can turn out. But that's enough vague comments from me. Let me get on to the final thoughts so I can tell you exactly what I think about this figure. Freeze frame.
I don't detect any Decepticons.
Maybe Hound's got glitch mice in his databanks again.
Freeze frame on freeze. So overall, Shrapnel is just, a basic figure really. There's nothing super outstanding about him. His sort of common gimmick. Not that amazing of a paint scheme. Pretty okay details and a simple transformation. Personally, I think all of these deluxe figures are a little bit overpriced, but this one definitely seems a little bit strange to be charging $24 for a figure this simple. That being said, though, this is the second, and at least in my experience, hardest Insecticon to find, right above Bombshell, and of course Kickback is everywhere, so if you're trying to complete the original G1 Insecticon trio, you're going to need this guy. If not, you can probably skip him. He's not too fantastic, but he is alright, and he definitely will fill out the ranks, especially if you're trying to army build these in a Fall of Cybertron-esque fashion. I'm not considering these are the G1 figures, but I can definitely see the appeal behind doing something like that. But if you see the appeal behind doing something like that, or none of what I've said here has dissuaded you, or you really like the Insecticons, the Decepticons, Transformers in general, make sure you share this video with your friends, share it with Facebook groups, all that good stuff. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Keeps helping the channel grow, keeps helping me pump out this content. That's going to be pretty much it for this time, my friends. Thank you all so very much for watching, and as always, peace.